Stand there.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey.
Piss off, will you?
Shut up, I'm warning you.
Oh.
Hurry up, she's dangerous.
You're not sticking that in me.
Here, give it to me. I'll do it.
No.
Shut up.
No. Oh.
Sweet dreams. About time. Well, won't be any more trouble out of her for a while.
Not till tomorrow morning, anyway. After that...
Plenty more where that came from. Oh, what now, Mrs. Powell?
Oh, well, solitary's going to be the best place for her. Go and get a couple of prisoners and a stretcher. Right, you. On the white line.
What?
Come on, you heard. Your name is Barbara Fields, is that correct?
Yes.
You are charged with theft, arson, and murder, is that correct?
Yes. Let me see him.
When we say you can.
No, now. You can't stop me. I've got every right. I know that much.
What's the matter?
Oh, please. I have to see my solicitor. I shouldn't be here. He's got to get me out.
She won't listen to me, Mrs. Powell. Perhaps you can tell her.
It's late. He'll be called tomorrow.
I can't wait till then. I can't wait another minute.
Take her to solitary,
Right,
Miss
move.
Ferguson.
Please, you don't understand.
Move!
I'm sick of you, Patty!
You stay out of this. It's between me and her. I never said nothing, be honest.
I thought I warned you to stop throwing your weight around.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do about it?
You smart.
Yeah. What are you going to do about it, Smith?
Nothing.
I understand you've applied for parole, Smith. The next 3 months are going to be very, very interesting. Quinn?
I done. Yes, Miss Ferguson?
Outside.
Oh, but I haven't finished my cuppa. See you later.
She's going to be watching you like an hawk.
I'll let her watch.
Rather you than me. Hey, where's Lizzie? I want to find out about Dr. Spunk.
She's in the library.
Well, since when has she become a bookworm?
Since he arrived yesterday.
What are you talking about?
She's looking up the medical dictionary from A to Z, trying to find some disease she could be suffering from. She's going to drive him bananas.
What for?
Not for what you'd be after.
Well, then she's wasting her time, isn't she, and his? When it could be much better spent.
Oh, our Lizzie's just after a bit of old-fashioned TLC. Just someone to show a bit of interest.
Yeah, I could do with a bit of that myself.
You want to know something?
What?
So could I.
I thought you had some special duties for me.
And so I have. I want you to start the book up again.
The book? Are you kidding?
Can you think of a better way to find the money you owe me, Quinn?
We won't stand for it, not if you're getting the cut.
You let me worry about Smith.
I'm the one who's got to live with her.
You're as stupid as you look, Quinn. You don't think for 1 minute that Smith's going to jeopardise her parole now, do you?
No, suppose not. Well, what about the others? I mean, Bea doesn't have to do anything herself. She just gives a word and I'm history.
Yes, that is a possibility. But then, of course, there's also the possibility that I might jump on it. Do I make myself clear?
Yeah.
You're so worried about Smith and her cronies. Get some protection.
Who?
Lawson. I reckon she could handle herself with that lot.
She mightn't want to do it.
Then it's up to you to persuade her. And I would if I were you, Quinn. How's Neil Murray getting on?
No problems that I'm aware of.
Not an easy job for a man.
No. I must admit I was a bit worried about it at first, especially one who's allowed to see the women alone.
Yeah, well, you don't have to be a man to be accused of interfering with the prisoners.
No, suppose not.
I've been looking for you. You seem to have forgotten something.
Oh,
Now, I don't want to have to come looking for you, Quinn. You better smarten yourself up if we're going to do business together.
I've been busy.
I think that's more appropriate, don't you?
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
All right. Any problems with Smith?
No. She doesn't like it, but she hasn't tried to stop us.
Good. And there's nothing to worry about, is there?
No. Paddy can handle her.
Right. Get going. A minute of your time, Lawson.
Yeah?
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
I'm not entirely happy with your work.
Oh, yeah, well, let me get on with it.
I'm talking about the book. You've collected a pittance so far. And I had such high hopes for your sense of, shall we say, self-improvement.
The girls don't want a bit. I can't make them.
Oh, you could make them interested if you tried. And you will try, won't you?
Look, I'm not getting anything out of this. It's more bloody trouble than it's worth.
Because I could always get another runner if you were in solitary. Gambling's an illegal activity in prison. Very difficult to get away with. So I would suggest that if you want to enjoy your privilege, you take full advantage of our friendship. Solitary's a very nasty place, Lawson. Ah, Quinn. We were just discussing our business arrangements. Now that I've got you both here, there's just one thing I want you to do.
What's that?
Make sure that Smith knows what's going on.
She knows already. She's not stupid.
And make sure she doesn't forget. So you remind her. And keep on reminding her.
Ferguson's really got it in for Bea.
Yeah, there's going to be a showdown between those two before Bea's parole comes up, that's for sure.
Yeah. And when it happens, I'm going to be right in there alongside Bea. I'm going to kick that mongrel's head in.
You ought to tell Bea.
Smith, you've got a visitor.
Oh, OK, Mrs. Pell. Who is it?
Judy Bryant. Miss Ferguson will take you through.
Ta.
Hi. No physical contact, Smith.
Well, what's up? Run out of stuffed toys already?
No, just that I heard you might be coming up for parole.
Oh, yeah, that's what they tell me.
Any plans?
You're recruiting for the halfway house, huh?
Not exactly. I was hoping maybe you'd come and help me run it.
What?
Well, you got all the qualifications I have.
Except the patience.
No, it's different when you get outside. Anyway, you had plenty of patience in here helping all the girls to stay out of trouble.
Not much success, though.
Now, you stop that, Bea. There was nothing you could have done about Donna's death.
No, Jude, I'd think about it.
Okay. You look after yourself, huh? Yeah. I'll keep in touch, right?
Thanks, Jude.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I wouldn't lose any sleep over it, Smith. Like I said, 3 months is a long, long time.
Hey, what's happened to all of the toys?
Got something for me, Lawson?
To creep up on people like that?
I do what I like in here, Lawson. You should know that by now.
Yeah, well, that's the trouble with some people. Give them a uniform and they think they're God.
Oh, that's a nasty little comment. Getting quite cocky with your new tough image, aren't you? You better be careful. Saying things like that could land you in solitary.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Didn't mean anything by it. I just got a fright when you jumped out on me, that's all.
Of course, I wasn't referring to myself, but there are some officers who could trump up a whole string of charges against you. Keep you locked in that tiny little cell on your own for ages and ages. But I'm really quite nice to prisoners who do things for me.
What do you want?
Seem to recall you promised to stir Bea Smith up.
Well, I've tried. I've been getting the women to bed every 5 minutes and rubbing Bea's nose in it. She just won't bite.
Then you'll just have to try harder.
Well, what can I do? I've got to share a cell with her at night.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I've also heard that that's one of her favourite tricks, too. waiting till her victims are asleep. Tell you what, you get Smith to jump you when I'm around and I'll see you transferred to another cell.
Yeah, I'll bet. Solitary.
Ah, Smith will be in there for attacking you.
And what about the other screws?
Oh, I can keep them off your back. But of course, if you decide not to help me, then I'll have to start trumping up those charges. Now, let's see, running an illegal book could get you at least a week.
You stupid bitch! What the hell are you doing?
Oh, sorry, it was an accident.
Oh, yes, like hell. What do you want detergent for anyway?
They were running out.
Well, if they want it, they can get it for themselves. You stick to your job and let them stick to theirs.
Don't tell me what to do, you fat bitch.
Oh! Oh!
Right, go, Smith. Break it up. You'll be on a charge for this.
Oh, what a crap! She attacked me!
Get moving, Smith. Off to the pound.
Just a minute, Miss Ferguson. Lawson started this.
No!
Oh, I'm sure Smith started it, Mrs. Powell.
Well, you didn't see the beginning of it.
She's one of the best ones. No, it wasn't me. It was her. I didn't start it.
You all right?
Yeah, I'll live. I've been a bit hard on her wrist, though.
Oh, well. Why didn't you take her down to the sick bay, then put her in solitary?
Come on, Lawson.
No, not the pound. I didn't start it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. No, let me go, you bitch. You promised. Let me go, not the pound.
I promised you nothing, Lawson. Shut up.
What's going on?
Let me go.
Lawson and Smith had a fight. Lawson's hurt her arm.
Well, bring her in.
Oh, don't let her do it. She promised me.
Well, what's she talking about?
Oh, I promised her she wouldn't go into solitary if she behaved. Looks as though I've wasted my breath.
Yes, well, it's all right. I'll take care of her.
Well, she's pretty violent. I'd better stay.
I spent 3 years in psychiatric wards, Miss Ferguson. I'm sure I can handle her.
God, you scared me to death.
Your solicitor's here to see your fields.
Is he alone?
No, there's a Mr. Logan with him.
Good. And Mr. Faulkner, is he on duty?
Can't you women think of anything else? No, he's not. So you'll have to get someone else to hold your hand. Come on, let's go.
Ah, Miss Fields, good to see you. You've met Mr. Logan, I think? Thank you, officer. We won't be long.
Oh, I have to stay. Mr. Logan
Is my associate, and therefore entitled to a private legal visit. We can take it to your superior if you like, but I can assure you everything is in order.
Well, you've become quite a celebrity.
What do you want, an autograph?
No point. You're finished, Gaffney. Nobody's interested in failures.
That's showbiz.
Get on that line.
Hello, Gaffney. Didn't think it'd be too long before you showed up.
You know her, Mrs. Powell?
Oh, yes, we go back a long way. This is the famous Wentworth bookie. Isn't that correct, Gaffney? Mind you, I'm a bit disappointed in you this time. I really didn't think you were the type to run somebody
That was
over
an accident. Stupid bastard ran in front of the car.
How careless.
You want me to process it?
No, that's okay. You go and supervise the workshop until lunchtime.
Right.
Okay. What's all this about?
You got the charge sheet there, read it.
Don't. Unless you want to start this stint in solitary.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
What has Mrs. Morris to do with all of this?
Oh, I see. That's all you're interested in, is it? Well, you can forget it. She's mine.
Meaning? Your name is Margot Gaffney, is that correct? You are charged with escaping legal custody, theft, dangerous driving, leaving the scene of an accident. Is that correct?
Susie!
come you're back in here already? It's better than polishing me knickers and me cell.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Haven't you lot got enough work to do?
Too much, and we're 2 people short.
Really? Well, you can have Fields, and you've got Birdsworth back where she belongs.
I'm gonna go at me parole again.
Never mind, Lizzie. At least you're human.
What was that, Daniels?
Oh, nothing, sir.
Then nothing is what you'll get at the weekly buy-up. As of now, your buy-up is cancelled.
You can't do that, Miss Ferguson.
No.
Not unless you just got a promotion we didn't hear about.
Yeah, only a governor and a deputy governor can cancel all privileges.
Is that so? Seems you've got a team of bush lawyers working for you, Daniels. But then, of course, your buy-up could get accidentally lost.
Yeah, they'd be right.
It's no wonder your parents can't stand the sight of trash like you.
That's a lie. Me mum came to see me.
Yeah, and I heard she couldn't wait to get away from you. All right, back to work, the lot of you.
What did she mean, Love?
She's just a rotten piece of work.
Damn right she is. Don't worry about her, Maxine.
Ah, come on, the freak's just trying to stir me.
Yeah, well, don't you let her.
Here's our money then, girls.
Hang on, Chrissy. Hey, Bea, that bloody Faulkner's ripped off me book money.
No.
Here we go again. I lost anyway.
I got your money.
I didn't get it all then.
No, he just took most of my take and gave me back the rest.
Oh, you're having us on.
Mr. Faulkner wouldn't do a thing like that.
He did, it's true. I wouldn't have you on about that, Bea.
It's no big deal. A crooked screw takes his cut, so what?
Yeah, but if I pay out the winners, there won't be enough left for Ferguson's cut, let alone a bank.
You better pay up, Faye, or you might be getting a bit of what Gaffney got.
Just goes to show you can't trust anybody these days. Got the payout money there?
Yeah?
Hand it over. I'll make sure it doesn't go astray.
Bloody hell, what am I gonna tell Ferguson?
Why don't you try with the truth?
She's gonna kill me. Ferguson! Oh, what am I gonna do, Bea? You gotta help me.
I thought I was.
Right, Quinn, outside.
I wouldn't lie to you, Miss Ferguson.
What kind of an idiot do you think I am? Well?
Why don't you ask Mr. Faulkner? Oh! Me $12 you take, and I don't want it. I could quit.
You'll quit when I tell you. How much you got in the bank?
That's it.
And you keep it. And you better make bloody good use of it on the races tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson.
You don't know what sorry is yet. Just make damn sure that Faulkner doesn't get his hands on it.
Oh, jeez. How am I going to stop him?
That's your worry. Now get out of my sight.
You wouldn't treat a dog like that. Hey, you heave-ho.
Less talk and more work is needed in here.
How right you are, Miss Ferguson.
Don't push your luck, Smith. This laundry could go on operating with you in solitary.
What for?
Insubordination.
I was only agreeing with you. We do need more work in here. We also need more workers to do it as well.
Right. Now, I know Daniels is gone.
Bloody well should.
Where's Fields?
In the office, doing admin work.
Don't be ridiculous. I had her assigned to the laundry yesterday.
She's doing better for herself now. It's amazing what you can get with a screw on side. Especially when he's after a screw on side himself.
Right, you two. Report for cleaning duties after lunch. I won't have this sort of insubordination. And the rest of you get back to work.
Looks like our Miss Ferguson is losing her cool. Any minute now, she'll be thinking that Steve is bent. What good's that? It's a beginning, Lizzie. Just a beginning.
Well, Bea, won't be long before you're doing this for yourself.
I wish I was leaving now.
I'm betting on you getting out of here before the year's up.
What are you doing in here, Smith?
She was just helping me get ready.
Oh, a smart one, eh?
That's me, smart by name, smart by nature.
Are you looking for a charge?
Shut up, Helen.
You can be put on a charge any time until you leave this prison, Smart.
I know, but...
So, if you want to leave here today, I would suggest an apology is in order.
I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson.
Right. Okay, Smith, out. And you?
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Get your things together and report for your discharge in 10 minutes. Smith, out!
See you, Helen.
Yeah. Good luck, Bea.
You're getting too cocky for your own good, Smith.
I hadn't noticed.
Well, you will when your parole gets closer, because you're not going to get it. I'm going to see that you stuff it up, but good.
Is that a threat?
I know you've got Mr. Faulkner working for your parole requirements. I want to know why.
And why this sudden interest in my welfare and prospects?
You are scum, Smith.
Miss Ferguson, do you know that all the women in here call you the freak?
You're my special project too, Smith.
Home. How did that interview with Tina go?
No good. That's one girl not interested in what we've got to offer.
You can hardly blame her. The last one you invited from here turned up dead.
Are you suggesting I had anything to do with Penny Seymour's death?
Oh, she's not, Tony.
Yeah, but you don't want to sound so defensive about it. Well, people will get the wrong idea. Now, I was merely referring to the violent lifestyles of whores. I can't imagine why anyone would go out of their way to have dealings with the likes of them.
It's a job.
Is that what you call it? Young Steve Faulkner, but he seems to find the most unlikely people to help.
What do you mean?
Well, Smith and Fields, for example. They strike me as the sort of people who don't really need help, but he's gone overboard about them.
What's your point?
Well, I'm not sure. Birdsworth, too. He really went to bat very strongly for her.
I still don't see the point.
Well, if you didn't know him, you might think that he was after something. I mean, Fields is certainly not broke. Now, what about the other two?
Well, nothing substantial, I shouldn't think.
Let's have that coffee. It's probably not worth worrying about.
It is strange, though, as you say, the people he helps. Better get it. Colin, pal.
Well, Colin, it's Meg here. Detective Thorne's here to see you.
Did he say what he wanted?
No, he just said he wanted to see the governor.
OK, look, Meg, you better take him along to her office. I'll meet him there.
Trouble?
No, it's probably just routine. Enough to interrupt my coffee break. My
Sent for me, Mrs. Powell?
Yes, Miss Ferguson. This is Detective Inspector Thorne. Detective Wells.
Gentlemen.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Thank you, Mrs. Powell. Miss Ferguson, would you mind closing the door? I believe you own a pair of black leather gloves.
Yes, I do. Oh, that is, I did until this morning.
What does that mean?
Well, yesterday, when I finished my shift, I put them in my locker, and this morning they were gone.
Did you report that?
No, of course not. Well, why all this interest in a pair of gloves?
Were they locked away?
No, there's nothing of any value in my locker.
Can we take a look?
Not until you give me an explanation for all these questions.
Is this your glove?
Well, yes, it is. Where'd you find it?
It was found next to the body of a known prostitute last night. She'd been murdered. Now, can we take a look inside your locker?
That's impossible. I mean, how would it get there?
Well, that's what we're trying to find out. What were your whereabouts last night, Miss Ferguson?
I went straight home after I finished work and I stayed there all night. You don't surely think
We're
that
not making any accusations at this stage, but we would appreciate it if you'd come down to the station and answer a few questions.
Now?
If it's convenient.
Well, I'm afraid it's not at the moment. I have a shift to finish.
We are rather short-staffed today.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise there's anyone in here.
Anything?
No, sir.
All right, we'll discuss it further when you finish work. At what time can we expect you?
Oh, about 6:30.
6:30 would be fine. Just ask for me at the charge counter. They'll send you up to my office.
Very well. I'll be leaving here about 6 o'clock.
I'll be waiting for you. See you then.
Anything wrong?
Oh, no, of course not. I'll be on my rounds if you want me. What little secrets are we hiding away? Give.
These are private papers and have nothing to do with anyone else. Take your hands off me. They're personal papers and have nothing to do with you or the prison.
Shut up. Well. A business partnership between you and your former employer. Stinks of collusion, doesn't it?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. It's all perfectly legal.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Your ex-boss, a likely suspect for arson and murder, paying off his former employee who was originally charged with the crimes. I'm sure the police would be inclined to agree with me.
Look, I'll give you anything you want. Do whatever you want if you just give me those papers back.
Oh, you'll cooperate, all right. And just to make sure, I'll keep these in a safe place. Oh, don't be an idiot, Fields. I've got you right where I want you, and you know it. Now, here's the first little job I want you to do. I want to know what Bea Smith is up to with Faulkner. You'll find that out for me, won't you?
He tried to set you up for these murders, Miss Ferguson.
I've been a prison officer for a long time, Inspector. One makes a lot of enemies.
Yes, we've got a report on you here. Prisoner bashing?
We'll get accused of that at some stage.
Suspected lesbianism?
Where did you get that from?
We have our contact.
Yes. Ex-prisoners, no doubt. One doesn't have to be a popular officer to be a good one. You should know that.
Nevertheless, you did know both victims, and they were both through Wentworth recently.
Oh, for God's sake, it's a setup. The clue they left couldn't have been more obvious.
Perhaps. But you have no alibi for your movements last night, and you have no alibi for your movements on the night of the previous murder.
I've told you. I was at home all night on both occasions.
But no proof.
Inspector, I'm tired and I would like to leave. Now, you either arrest me if you have enough evidence and let me call my lawyer, or just let me go.
If your gloves were stolen, as you claim, they would have had to have been taken either late yesterday afternoon or early last night. Now, that doesn't leave much time for somebody to smuggle them out.
You don't know those women. They spend their lives trying to set us up. They've tried to set me up before and it didn't work. And it won't work now. May I go?
All right. No further questions at this time? We'll be in touch.
No doubt.
You know a prostitute named Helen Smart?
Yes. She was in here recently.
So I believe.
Not her, too.
Not quite. An attempt was made on her life last night at 9 p.m, but she managed to fight her attacker off.
And you suspect me? Did the killer leave another glove?
No, he didn't.
He?
So Smart assures us. It was dark at the time, but she's quite certain it was a man.
So I'm in the clear.
Not quite. Oh, we know it wasn't you last night. We know exactly where you were at 9 p.m.
You had me followed. Well, then why am I still a suspect?
It's possible this latest attack is not connected with the previous two.
It's ridiculous. They must be connected.
Not necessarily. There are certain discrepancies.
Such as?
Well, for a start, whoever attacked Smart obviously knew her address. She was attacked inside, not in the street. He'd broken in, removed the fuse from the fuse box, and was waiting for her when she got home.
So?
The first two were successful. They were quick and remarkably efficient. No sign of a prolonged struggle. This last one was clumsy and had failed. Different pattern altogether.
So he changed his pattern and botched it up.
And then it's possible it's some nutcase cashing in on the apparent success of the first two murders. And there's still the glove.
So I'm no better off?
Oh, I wouldn't say that. We've got a new avenue to explore. I thought you'd like to know.
Oh, yeah. You've brightened my day. Can I go now? I have work to do.
Yeah. We'll be in touch.
Hi.
Been a bit extra careful, aren't you?
How do you mean?
Well, you don't usually lock your things up when you're on duty.
I'm going to in future. It's too easy for things to go missing in this place.
You can say that again.
Yeah, well, I better get to it.
Inquiries about the murders of Penny and Tina Gibson.
Tina, she was the second one. Poor kid didn't last long after she got out of here, did she?
And that's not all. Helen Smart's been attacked.
What, not Helen? She's not dead, is she?
No, apparently not. She fought him off, but he still got away.
Oh, thank God for that. Well, did she see who it was?
Couldn't have done. That's why they were questioning Neil.
Well, I haven't arrested him then.
No, it didn't sound like they was going to, but I had to leave before they'd finished. But I hope he's going to be all right.
No, I wouldn't worry. They're probably questioning everyone.
Yeah, I suppose so. God, I could all do with a smoke.
Oh, that reminds me. Your order.
Oh, Bea, you're a marvel. Here, where'd you get them?
Now, you know better than to ask that. Here, you better hide them before a screw cop shoot.
Here, girls, anyone like a fag?
Yeah. You're being extremely generous, aren't you, Latham?
It's just a pack somebody owed me, Miss Ferguson.
Yeah, I'm sure.
How's it going?
Like clockwork. She'll take the bait any minute now. But she's being very cautious.
She's been around a long time. She's not going to rush into it until she's sure. She's onto us.
Okay, make it look good.
Come on, Smith. Don't give me that crap about not knowing anything. Now spit it out.
It's the truth, Mr. Faulkner. Honest, I would tell you if I knew, wouldn't I?
Like hell. Go on, get back into work. Like clams when they want to be, aren't they?
Trouble?
Nothing I can't handle. I've got an afternoon tea break. I'll see you later. I really don't know, Mrs. Davidson. It happened too quickly.
Who were the ringleaders?
I'm sorry, I couldn't see.
Surely there must have been some indication.
Mrs. Powell, call them to attention. I shall try to get to the bottom of it. All right, everyone, stop what you're doing and listen to Mrs. Davidson. I do not have time to waste on these petty squabbles. So if the perpetrators will step forward now, the rest of you need not be punished. Smith? Gaffney? Very well, then. As the guilty ones refuse to step forward, you will all be punished. Oh. You have been warned before. I will not tolerate mass insubordination. All buy-up privileges tomorrow are cancelled. Oh. You only have yourselves to blame. Mrs. Powell, see that this mess is cleaned up and the prisoners returned to work, whether they have eaten or not. Miss Ferguson, have Birdsworth cleaned up and then bring her to my office. Okay, you heard. Get on with it.
Go on, move it.
Satisfied now, Smith?
Perfectly.
Mistake trying for parole so soon after messing up your last chance.
Well, I wasn't going to let them stick me in an old people's home, was I?
Anyway, it's going to be different now because when I get out, I'm going to stay in the halfway house with Jude. Oh, hello, Mr. B. What are you doing here?
Wordsworth, mind your own business.
As a matter of fact, I have an appointment to see Mrs. Davidson.
Well, I hope you have better luck than I did. Hey, how's Maxie? Have you heard from her?
Well, I haven't seen her lately, of course, but I think she's all right.
Oh, she'll be all right. Especially when she comes back in here. And she'll be back. Idiots like her can't stay away from the place.
Don't talk about her like that.
Shut your mouth, Birdsworth, or you'll be on a charge.
Don't worry, Lizzie. I'll find Maxine and keep an eye on her.
Oh, good on you, Mr. B. She's a dear little kid, isn't she?
Birdsworth, move it.
All right, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, that was a great idea, Smith. Now, because of you, we've lost our buy-up privileges for tomorrow. Now, what did you hope to gain?
Oh, shut up, Margot. You'll get your goodies.
Oh, yeah? How are you going to manage that, mastermind?
Don't worry, I'll do it. All you have to do is get your orders in by tonight and I'll handle the rest. And that goes for the rest of you as well.
Come off it. OK, so you got some deal going for the odd carton of fags. Mate, you're going to need a tip truck to get in enough stuff for all of us.
I said I'd bring the stuff in and I will. This is going to be a lot better than the usual arrangement. It'll make our shopping time much more flexible. So get your orders in, girls. Oh, how'd you go, love? No good. Oh, never mind. You get another chance. Oh, I should have taken that other offer while it lasted. It's not bloody fair. I thought I was going to have to stay in that old person's home for good. Well, it'll teach you to investigate all the possibilities in future. But sometimes things aren't really as bad as they seem. Isn't that right, girls?
Less talk and more work.
Be sorted into alphabetical order.
Right.
Oh, no, just a minute. There.
Morning, Mrs. Powell.
Morning.
Right, now it's my turn.
What do you...
What happened in the dining room yesterday?
Dining room?
The fight. Who started it?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I only heard about it.
Good. What have you heard? Now, come on. We said we'd look out for each other, didn't we?
Bea Smith, some of her friends.
Good. And what did Mr. Faulkner do?
Broke it up.
But he saw the whole thing.
Yes, I believe so.
I thought so. What's going on between Smith and Faulkner?
I don't know.
I asked you to find out.
Please, it's not easy.
Then you're just going to have to try harder.
I can't find out anything more.
You want your papers back, don't you? Because if you don't, I can always give them to the police.
Of course I do.
Then cooperate.
All right. All I know is that Bea's not afraid of losing buy-up. She's taking orders for things.
Getting the goods from Faulkner?
Look, I don't know, honestly.
But you'll let me know if you do. Right. That'll be all for now. And don't worry about your papers. They're in a safe place. Oh, Mrs. Powell, look, things have been a bit quiet this morning. Do you think I could pop out for an hour or two?
Well, it's not that quiet. We need everyone here.
Yeah, but it's important, otherwise I wouldn't ask.
Something wrong?
You could say that. I think someone's trying to frame me. Well, you know my glove was found where Gibson was murdered.
Yeah, right.
Well, it didn't get there by itself. And I want to make a few inquiries.
All right.
Thanks.
Actually, I'm really concerned about the link with the prison myself. God, if anything else happened...
I'm more concerned about the link with me. And I intend to find out who's responsible.
Oh, what do you want?
Tony Berman.
He's not here.
Where's he been the last few nights?
I have no idea. I've been in Sydney.
You'd better tell me where he is.
I don't have to tell you anything. If you don't mind, I'm very busy here.
I do mind. Someone's trying to frame me for murder.
Isn't that sad? Wish him good luck from me, won't you?
I haven't said anything to the police yet, but it could be Tony Berman.
You're crazy.
The police say he's the only one without an alibi for the night Seymour and Gibson were killed.
Well, that doesn't prove a bloody thing.
Oh, no? He's always hanging around tarts like that.
Yeah, well, that's his job, isn't it?
Because you can't blame him for wanting to get rid of them.
Now, just a
2
minute.
less polluting the atmosphere, nearly 3.
Oh, you bitch.
Nobody's going to accuse me of murder.
Funny, I thought the cops already had.
One more word out of you, smart, and
And
I'll...
you what?
We're not in Wentworth now, you know. You can't make us do a damn thing. Get out.
I haven't finished.
Yes, you have. Because if you don't go, I'm going to call the cops. And I think they'd be very interested to hear about you harassing 2 more women.
Put it there.
Find out what you wanted to know?
Not yet, but I will. Things liven up at all while I was gone?
Hardly. Oh, Latham reported sick again.
She's making quite a habit of it lately, isn't she?
Yeah, pretty positive she's faking, but not much we can do about it in case she isn't.
It's about time we found out, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Who do you think we should ask? One of the women?
Fields?
Yes, Miss Ferguson?
Latham's spending quite a lot of time in the infirmary lately. What do you know about it?
Nothing. Perhaps she's sick.
Oh, we are bright today. Very clever. You should have been a lawyer, Fields. I can just see you drawing up the contracts.
Perhaps I did hear something.
Good.
Well, that's a pretty quick change of tune.
Yes, well, I just remember now, that's all.
Well?
Chrissy's always talking about how she'd like to go to bed with Mr. Murray.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah, well, she might just be joking.
Get back to work.
Well, I'll follow it up and speak to Mr. Murray.
Let me have a word with Latham first, will you?
Why?
You know the trouble she caused when she said Steve Faulkner raped her? I think we should protect the staff for a change.
Yeah, let's be sure of our facts first.
What are you doing in here, Latham?
I'm waiting for the work bell. I've been ill.
Again? Must be serious.
I can't help it.
I'm sure you can't. Sluts like you can never help themselves. Thought you fooled me, eh? All your little visits to Mr. Murray.
He's been helping me.
Oh, I'm sure he has. And paying. What's the going price for a third-rate tart in this place?
That is not true, and you've got no right talking about Neil like that. He's a gentleman.
Oh, so it's Neil now, is it?
Mr. Murray.
Frankly, I don't give a damn if he's on with half of Wentworth. But I'm sure the governor would.
You can't tell her. There's nothing to tell.
I think there is. You'd be kicked out if anyone else knew. No doubt you'd lose the odd privilege or 2 yourself. So you better play ball, Latham. There's a thing or 2 I want to know about your Mr. Murray. Well, well. Quinn, just the lady I want to see.
I've got to get to the laundry.
Oh, it'll still be there. Where's my cut?
What for?
Come on, the races were yesterday.
Yeah, well, I didn't do too well on the book, Miss Ferguson.
Oh, that's your problem. Now, come on, hand over.
I can't.
You what?
Honest.
What happened? More payouts for Mr. Faulkner?
No.
What then?
Bea Smith decided last night that Margot's going to be official prison bookie from now on.
Did she? Why?
I don't know.
You wouldn't hold out on me, Quinn, would you?
I asked her. She wouldn't tell me.
I make those kind of decisions around here, not Bea Smith.
Yeah, well, the women don't realise that, Miss Ferguson.
Then you'd better make them. Get on to some of the women who don't usually bet.
I tried.
And Smith stopped you?
But she doesn't have to. She's still top dog. The women won't have a bar of it.
I see. Bea Smith's been throwing her weight around a bit too much lately. It's about time she was reminded where she is. Get going.
Yes, Miss.
about this job. Forms, forms, and more forms.
It's a wonder you don't pay one of the women to do your paperwork for you.
That's not a bad idea.
Heather, some more filing here for you. I just looked in at the laundry.
Yeah? Any problems?
No, but there wasn't a special buy-up supply given out today, was there?
No, why?
Oh, it's very odd. Most of the women had lots of cigarettes.
So?
Well, the ones that had lost their buy-up privileges, I mean.
You're imagining it.
No, I'm not. I checked the cells, too. There's lots of coffee, biscuits, soap lying around everywhere.
There's nothing unusual about that. They've always hoarded stuff for a rainy day.
Oh, come on. Someone's obviously running a racket.
No, I don't think so. There was too much there for them to steal.
So it must be one of the staff.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. They always trade with each other.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. They're probably trading with the women from maternity.
Yeah, I'd go along with it.
Oh, as long as you're satisfied. It's the main thing.
Oh, Patty, how are you feeling?
Oh, now come on, everyone, please. The classification meeting's due to start.
Oh, look, I'll take Lawson back to her cell if you like.
You're right. Tell Baker about the meeting. Ready?
Yes.
Dr. Wiseman woken up to you yet, Lawson? Making all that ridiculous fuss about nothing.
Dr. Wiseman doesn't think it's ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sure you keep him in work, don't you?
And you?
Don't get smart, Lawson, or you'll find yourself working through your lunch break.
I don't have to work. I'm still on remand. And I did work for a while in the laundry. Didn't like the pay or conditions.
Right, Lawson, you can find your own way from here. Get up, Gaffney. I hear you're the new prison bookie.
Who, me? No, you got the wrong person.
Oh, not what I was just told.
The lag and bitch.
Shut up, Gaffney. I get 10% of your profits, understand?
What 10%? I'm not making any
Gaffney.
bloody profit. It's true. Bea put me up to it. I'm working for her. She gets the cream.
Not while I'm here.
Then take it up with her.
Oh, I will. But if you don't pay for protection, you don't get any.
I tell you, I've got nothing to bloody give.
Don't worry. We'll think of something.
Hey, Bea, how about getting us some of that wheel pouring soap, you know, that comes in its own little box?
I wouldn't push your luck. There is such a thing as being greedy, you know.
I know you don't want to tell the others, but can't you tell me what's going on?
You never give up, do you?
No. Oh, you make me feel like a bloody mushroom.
How's that?
Kept in the dark and covered in bullshit.
Smith? I want to talk to you.
I'm listening.
Queen Bee. Queen of the rackets.
Well, you got the name right anyway.
Oh, they're going to put you away for good, the things you're involved in.
Like what?
Running an illegal book, obtaining illegal buy-up.
I don't know anything about a book. Do any of you girls?
No.
No. And as for the other, I couldn't do that without an officer's help now, could I?
Joan Smith, I'm not in the mood.
Oh, come on. You haven't got proof of any of this.
Haven't I?
No, because it's not true. And everybody knows that I have been keeping my nose clean for the parole board.
Yeah, that's right.
Shut up, Birdsworth.
Yeah, keep it down, love, because she's not in the mood, whatever that means.
And the first charge laid will be for insubordination.
Well, you'll need a witness or two for that. And there happen to be a few people around here who matter, who want to see me get that parole. Now, what have you got going for you? The last I heard, you were being questioned for murder by the cops.
You're going to be sorry you said that.
You haven't got a hope in hell of making any unsubstantiated charges stick.
Oh, they're true. They'll stick. And anyone else who's involved in her rackets had better remember that.
Oh, for God's sake, Bea, you better tell us what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know. Looks like the freak's running scared at last.